Yo, what's up everybody? Jumpin here, and I am back with my Noob's Guide for Elden Ring. In our last episode, we finished up the Limb Grave area, and we've done everything there for the most part. The only thing left to do is the Stormville Castle, which we will be doing in the next episode. I was originally going to do it in this one, but then I realized this castle is so big and there's so much stuff to do here, I'm going to save it for the next episode. Also, in the next episode, once we beat this place, we can go and get the final upgrade stone that we need to max out our weapon. We can get it to plus 10, which is crazy that the moment you beat the first main castle, you can actually go and get a maxed out weapon. Now we also came down here, this is called the Weeping Peninsula, and we did a lot of stuff down here. We will finish that in this episode, and we will also do the castle that's down here in this episode. So that's the plan. Now I already got a beacon down, but we're going to start from this 4th Church Grace, and we are going to head down here to get to this cave. This cave is really easy to miss. Now, before I do anything, I did go ahead and level up, but I also want to talk about something. I put my points into Dexterity. The plan is to get Dexterity up to 30 right now. And because in the last episode we beat one of those tree bosses, that boss actually dropped some pretty good stuff for our mixed potion. One is health regen. This is health regen for like 3 minutes. It's really nice. The other one is really good. I don't like it that much, but it is potentially very, very good. And that is, it's going to block out one hit. So a lot of times it's really useful when you know a big hit is coming and you don't want to like try to dodge it. You can just go ahead and chug that and then just take the hit and you should be good. So let's go ahead and head to the beacon now, where the cave is. And like I said, it's very easy to actually miss this cave. Now if you're coming from like this angle, I'm going to show you in a second. There's also some flowers to pick up down there. So let's just hop on down. The beacon is a little bit off, but there's some flowers down here. Let's pick these up. They're purple. If you're coming up this way, you're going to see the cave no problem. But a lot of times when you're riding around, you just might not see it, because it's kind of like easy to miss if you're coming from any angle but this angle. So there it is down there. Let's go ahead and hop down. And welcome to the very first poison cave. These places suck. They just do. Now when it comes to poison, it's really not that bad. The one you want to watch out for is called Scarlet Rot, which there's going to be a lot of caves with that. Make sure you put your lantern on. Now if you really want to get rid of it, you can always craft these items which can heal the poison. It's really not worth it now because I only have one great dragonfly head, so I'm not going to bother with that, and I wouldn't recommend it. Poison is just not worth getting rid of. You can chug through it most of the time. It's not a big deal. Another thing you could do is just accept the fact that you're going to get poison, and if we drink our mixed potion, we're going to waste the bubble shield, but we will get that health regen, and that's going to counter the poison. Now down here there's going to be a lot of enemies that can poison you. Now these are the enemies that you're going to see in the dungeons that is going to have the Scarlet Rot. So in those dungeons, what really sucks is that not only can you get the Scarlet Rot because you are running through it like this, but you're also going to potentially get poison as well. If that happens, that sucks. That's the poison attack I'm talking about. They're like homing attacks. They're very annoying, and these enemies will spam these attacks at you. So let's pick up the item. We need to come down this way first. I'm just going to accept the fact that I'm going to get poisoned. I don't care. If you pay attention to my health though, you'll see the health regen is pretty much countering it completely. So the health regen one is really good. Watch out for the rats. And there's going to be a big mama rat down here too. I believe there's actually a couple of them, so you really got to watch out. Take out all of them. Mama rat. Die. Good. This is a pretty short cave though. A lot of these caves with the poison or the Scarlet Rot is like really long and annoying. And I've already talked about this before, but when you're in poison or Scarlet Rot, either one, what you really don't want to do is roll. If you start like rolling around like this, you're going to cover yourself in poison and you will get poisoned. Guaranteed. Because you don't have to like get poisoned if you don't want to, because technically you could just let it tick down before you get the status each time. And don't stand in the poison water, and you should be good. Now up here, this is just going to loop back around. There's a couple plants. Let's take them out. And then we can grab the item, and I believe we can just go to the boss. Down here there are some enemies, so let's take all the enemies out. This is what's nice about being poisoned, is that once you get poisoned, you just don't have to worry about it. It really sucks when you're trying to be cautious about it, and you're taking your time. I just accept the fact that I'm poisoned, I don't care, whatever. So it's going to be a boss, I'm going to buff, not that it really matters. This is a very, very weak boss. If you just do your Ash of War, you're going to completely destroy it. Oh my god, it's a giant flower. Boom, and boom. Goodbye. And yeah, we're good. So now we can get out of here. And we can head back to the entrance of the cave. And where we're going to go is over here. Now you should be able to see this on your map, just the structures. But this is the Waypoint Ruins. And we're going to head over there. There is a really good weapon over there. And the thing is that if you've been following the walkthrough, I do recommend this build. It's mainly a dex build. It's going to have some strength so we can use shields and stuff like that. But if you really love the game and you're enjoying the gameplay and you want to do another playthrough and maybe change up your build, this is a very good starting weapon. So if you want to continue to follow the guide to at least get the +9 and eventually the +10 weapon, if you're making a faith build, this is the weapon you want to pretty much go and get right away. It's very powerful, very good. It has one flaw in my opinion, and that is the Ash of War. The Ash of War is super powerful, and it gives you infinite super armor. And I mean it. It is infinite. So what can happen is, it's really good attack, but you can actually get hit by some massive like boss move in the middle of it, and you're going to just completely get destroyed. So let's pick up all the flowers, and now let's go down the steps. You gotta watch out down here. There's some enemies. If you're like low level with a really crappy weapon, I would just run for it, to be honest. Open up the door, get the chest and the weapon, and you're good. But we OP, so I'm just gonna try to take these guys out. Watch out, they got crossbows. These guys later on are very annoying, by the way. Like right now, they're stupidly easy. But later, yeah, they suck. Let's open up the door, and there's the chest, and this weapon is called the Winged Scythe, and it is really cool weapon. I like it a lot. The special attack, what it does is that it's going to actually inflict a status on other players. It doesn't really work in PvE, but it doesn't matter. It still is a very good weapon, and it scales off of dexterity and faith. But in PvP, it will inflict a status where you can't like chug your potions. So that's really nice for PvP. Or if you can invade it, it's really nice for that too. So where we're going to go is this place. This is another one of the ruins. It's the Witchbane Ruins. So you should be able to see it on your map. There's the little structures. And this place is weird, man. I'm going to try to point this out. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to the lore and the story. And I know a lot of like newer players might not really understand like what's going on with the story because, you know, most RPGs are very story-driven games. This game is definitely more about the gameplay. Very fun, very cool. But there's not like a lot of story going on. Well, there is a lot of story going on. It's just in the item descriptions and in the lore. Now, your best thing to do is just get your Google machine out and try to look up different lore stuff, and you're going to find some really interesting stories. A lot of times they're creepy, are really sad, are just messed up, whatever it might be. There's a lot of like fascinating, interesting stories in all of these games. But they are hidden away in reading, mainly item descriptions. And people just don't like to do that, let's be honest. So your best bet is just find a video or something and just let someone explain it to you. Now, I can't explain this, but this is just weird. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I would be interested to know. Now, to be fair, I've never actually done this side quest yet. I know how to do it, I just never done it yet. So maybe this is a part of the side quest, but when you come down these steps and you open up this door, there is a woman down here, and she's like, trapped? I guess that's ice that's got her chained up. I would have thought it was chained, but if you actually like talk to her, she's just crazy and insane. But if you actually look at the name of the NPC, it's the same NPC as the one from these other ruins, if you remember this. This is the Waypoint Ruins. Now there's a sorceress in here. You can talk to her, buy spells. She eventually will have a quest. but there's like an alternative version of her in here. She's locked up. So I don't know what's going on, but that's what I'm talking about. There's definitely something going on in it. I'm sure it's very fascinating. But now, from this location, we can actually head down here. There's going to be a Grace and a merchant, so talk to the merchant, buy what you want. I believe he might sell, like, a stone key. He does sell the lantern. I know that you can buy the lantern from him. We already got it, so it doesn't matter. But if you did miss it, you can buy it from this guy. So just come on over here and hit the Grace and talk to him to get that out the way. Now, this is kind of, again, pointless items, and I'm sure I'm going to miss something here. There is a massive beach with a ton of zombies down here. I mean, look at that. There's a ton of these things, but there are some items over here. Mainly, I believe these are golden runes, so let's take a look. What's this? Oh, what an amazing item. That's awesome. Oh, here's another one. What's this? That's a little better. That's a little bit more XP. I'll take that. But I do know if you come down this way, all the way down to the end of the beach, you're going to get one more. There's one more item. After this, I believe we're almost done. There might be like one more dungeon to do. Oh, wait. There is another thing in this area that we could go and do. I'm going to point it out to you, and I'm going to let you decide if you want to do it, because right now, there's no point to do this at all. So I will point this out, but I'm probably not going to do it because it's something that I'll do later. There are these things called Divine Towers, and what it's all about is that the Divine Towers will take you to places where you can activate your great runes. So what's going to happen later on is that we're going to fight bosses, like really the main bosses of the game, but they're going to drop great runes. And what they do is that they're going to give you special buffs and stuff, but to activate them, you have to find a Divine Tower. Now, this particular place down here is called the Tower of Return. There is a chest, and it's one of the trap chests, so you use it, and you're going to be teleported to another place, and that place will eventually take you to one of the Divine Towers. But right now, there's really no reason to go over there, because we will be doing it later. And there's no boss in there. There is like a golem enemy you can fight, but there's nothing in there besides a Grace. So I don't see no need of doing it right now. We're going to skip that. And instead, where I'm going to go is actually a place that I talked about, but I said that don't worry about it. It's not that important. Well, maybe it is a little bit important because we're going to use it to kind of get to where we're going. We're going to head down here to this tunnel. Although, I do believe we actually might want to go over here because I think we need to drop down from up here. I don't remember exactly. I'm going to figure it out. But, yeah, I'm going to go here and I'm going to walk out because I was going to say this would be the place to go. And I said that this Grace wasn't important because to get to the tunnel, we're just going to loop around and go this way. But I do believe we need to drop down over here to get a item. So that's what we're going to do real quick. I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Oh my god, I just realized something. I forgot to do one of the dungeons in the first area, the Limgrave area. So once we get over here, just walk out of the catacombs. Unfortunately, it's night. I'm going to put a beacon down right here, which is behind this tunnel. Now, if you don't have the tunnel, what it's going to look like on your map is it's going to look like this. This will indicate that there's a tunnel there, so you can always just put your beacon and then find the tunnel that way. But I forgot to do this tunnel. Now this is my mistake because what I really need to do, I didn't want to, but I was originally and I decided not to, is put these markers on here. Because whenever I find a location, if I don't do it, because I'm not in the mood or something like that, I always put a marker on it. And then later on, I'll see, oh, I didn't do that. Let me go do that real quick. And I'll do it and I'll remove the marker. Well, because of the way I'm doing the walkthrough, I'm going to every location and finding them all. And then when I'm recording, I'm showing you how to get there and I'm showing you how to do the dungeon. Well, I didn't want to put all those markers down, but I'm going to forget. That's the problem. And I need to not let that happen again. So, sorry about that. We will go and do this tunnel, though. Not that it's very important, because we're not really going to get a lot of good stuff, but it doesn't matter. We want to do everything. It's a 100% walkthrough, right? So let's go ahead and first do the tunnel here, and we're going to follow our beacon. Now, where we're going, I'm not exactly sure if they want you to fast travel out of here, because I've died like trying to drop down multiple times. There is a way of doing it, though. I figured it out. But I don't feel like they wanted you to be able to do this, so I'm going to show you it. But just over here, you can walk off. You might want to get off your horse, because this is a little awkward on the horse. It's not too bad, though. But just walk off. You can already see there's a scarab, so that's what we're going after right away. There's also some plants down here. And a lot of bats. Bats are annoying. Now, because they're flying enemies, we can actually do that little technique I talked about. Let me do that real quick. So if you hold down your heavy button, you can jump and smack them out of the air. Very useful. Hello. Takes a lot of stamina, though. That's the one thing that's really kind of weird on the horse. Sometimes, like, you press buttons on the horse and nothing happens. The reason why is because you're probably out of stamina. And doing, like, the charge heavies, it costs a lot of stamina. Jumping, doing like your sprinting, all of it will cost a ton of stamina when you're on your horse if you're in combat. You just have to remember, you don't use up any stamina when you're not in combat. But the moment you get in combat, then you do. And that's where things can get like stupid. So there's one more bat, and I want to take him out. If you want to be able to fast travel out of here though, you do have to kill every one of these enemies. But let me show you, if you don't want to do this jump, and let's say you don't have this grace, all you gotta do is just put a beacon by that water. You can fast travel here, find the grace, no problem. And from this grace, you just go around and come down this way. That's it. But what I figured out is over here, you can actually drop down. So if you just jump, double jump, you can land right here. Now you can walk off, and there's the tunnel. Nice little shortcut. I don't think they wanted you to be able to do that, though. So I don't know how you're supposed to get down, because if you walk off there, you die to gravity. At least I have like 2 or 3 times. So there is an item over here. Let's pick that up. And you can go ahead and take out all the stupid plants if you want. But in these tunnels, there are going to be some enemies that your weapon will bounce off of if you're one-handing it. So that's the thing. You might not want to actually one-hand. You might want to two-hand while you're in here. So in the tunnels as well, there's almost always a way when you first come in of dropping down. So you just need to find it, and yeah, you can walk off there, walk off here. And this is what we're looking for the most part. There's going to be on the walls a bunch of upgrade materials, so we can pick them up. Every one of the regions will have these tunnels, and later on, you're going to get some really high level upgrade materials by doing the tunnels. So it's very, very useful. So drop down and now hit the grace. And this place is pretty short. There's not a lot. The main thing is look at the walls and try to find all of the upgrade materials. Get used to these enemies, by the way. We're going to be fighting them at the castle. There's going to be a ton of them. And up here is going to be that enemy I was talking about. If you one-hand your weapon against this enemy, you're going to bounce off just like if it had a shield or something. So two-handing is pretty nice. You also get a damage buff when you two-hand because you get more strength. So, you know, the main thing I like to do though is to use the shield for the playthrough and the walkthrough. But in general, once you get good and you roll through every attack and you don't need to block anymore, you probably want to two-hand all the time because you're going to get a little bit more damage doing it. Take this guy out, grab the item. We can already see there's a guy over there. Anytime you see these guys working like that, there's probably an upgrade material on the wall. And the guys with the backpacks, you can actually use some fire damage and blow them up. It's actually hilarious. Because I guess they are carrying around dynamite or something? I don't know, but it's a cool little thing you can do. Take that guy out, pick up this, and I think we need to go this way. This is the wrong way over here. Let's take this dude out. And again, there's an upgrade material right where he was working. And yeah, this is the wrong way. So in here, there's going to be a chest and an item. Pick up the item. Open up the chest. Oh, hello. No, no, no. Die. Now let's pick up the item. And behind this little place, I think there's one of these upgrade materials. So let's take a look. Yes, it's a somber smithing stone. Not that we really need it. Take this guy out real quick. And I think we're good. I believe we got everything here. So now we're going to go to the main little area. And there is like a lot of these enemies. So be prepared to potentially get ganked. Now if we just run in right away, we should be able to kill most of them, no problem, before they even will attack us. Let's try to do that. But you might want to use your shield. So that's where two-handing is a little annoying. But they're right here, so I'm just going to rush, take them all out, pick up the item, take this guy out as well. Give me that on the wall. And there's another one on the wall. Watch out. Ow. Ow. There. Got him. Pick up all this stuff. And yeah, I just looking around. I think there's an item over here. Again, pick that up. Another one of these enemies. So there's like 5 of these guys down here. If they all get on you, that's annoying. Now, if the enemy is flying, if you just do your jumping R2 attack, you can normally hit them pretty easily. Very, very useful. I'm just looking around. That's the way we came in. So down here, there is an item. Let's pick this up. And now let's go ahead and run to where the boss is. I think all that's really left is the boss. Although there is actually a somber smithing stone. So pick that up. And there's also another somber smithing stone, I believe, by the boss. Just to our right. So let's go and grab that. And we will be good to fight the boss. The boss is super easy, you really don't need to buff. But at this point, now that we got a good mixed potion, you can always use your mixed potion before a fight. Just in case. If he hits me, I'm not going to take any damage for the first hit. Well, you might take a little damage, but it's going to be very, very minor. I should be able to just do the little wombo combo, and this fight will be over very quick. And of course I missed. Okay, but look at that damage. Insane. And let me get his weapon, which I think is a cool weapon, but yeah, it's kind of crappy. It's got like no range. One of the things about your weapon in this game, you want to have range. It really helps a lot. So now I'm going to go over to this tunnel, but I'm not going to show how to get to it. Again, you could put your beacon there, but the main thing is from the lake north, go down to where the water is, and just come up here and you'll find the entrance to the tunnel. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well I'm at the top of the tunnel because, let's take a look. There's a drop off. You always want to look for these. I do believe in this tunnel though, one of the elevators will not have any items to drop down to. So I'll try to point that out. But technically this is like the first tunnel in the game. Be careful walking off. I didn't mean to. I actually tried to jump, but it didn't work. If you walk off, there's a good chance you might actually fall and die. So watch out. Now in here, I'm assuming it's just going to be a bunch of these miners. Because again, this would technically be the very first one of these tunnels that you're supposed to do in the game. All of them in this area is an introduction. Everything is an introduction to this is this type of dungeon and this is this type of dungeon. So let's just roam around and see what's going on down here. Oh my god, there's a bunch of rats. Stupid rats. So we got rats and miners. Give me that. And I think that's probably it. So let's move on to the next spot. But I do remember there are multiple elevators here in this particular one. But that's probably more of an introduction to teach you about, hey look, you can walk off the edge. This is the one though, I believe, where there's nothing. Because what they want you to do is roll off right there. That's the correct way of going. But down here, we can go ahead and get some stuff. So let's go get the stuff. Okay, there's a doggo. Oh god, watch out. Take him out right away. Pick that up. Give me your doggo beast blood. Another one, of course. And there's a dude chilling over here. Hey, buddy. Give me that. I'm getting like so many pickaxes. This is crazy. I already got like what, 2? Alright, well there's an item back here, or an upgrade material, so make sure you grab this. That's what those enemies were protecting. And just looking around, there's one right here. I almost missed it. Unbelievable. It's very easy to miss these, so you really kind of have to look. Now we can take the elevator up and roll off or walk off when we get to the point. So it's just this way, look this way, and get ready, and roll off. Now the rest of that stuff, I don't think there's anything, to be honest. I don't remember there being any items. But let's push on and actually see what's up here. There's a ton of these guys. Oh god. Get out my way. Here's an upgrade material that guy was working on. What's over here? Just an item? Okay. Thought there would be an enemy hidden away somewhere, but I guess not. Come down here, and we got more guys. Take him out. I'm just trying to look at the walls. There's one right there. And check this out. We have another elevator. Unbelievable. And I got another pickaxe. What is going on? This is crazy. Now this walk off is fine though, because there is an item down here. Let's just go ahead and hop down, and we can jump. Oh god. Pick this up. And there's a somber smithing stone as well. Awesome. But now, I believe we are at the boss. And the boss here, I don't remember what the boss is. There is another upgrade material over here, so let's make sure we grab that. I think we got everything. But let's go ahead and use our mixed potion. And we will also use our golden vial with our dagger. And now we will chug-a-lug. And let's go murder this boss. Okay, I remember what this is. It's like a giant troll. It's basically just a giant. That's what it is. But we're gonna murder him regardless. So let's just rush his feet. And smack him good. Smack him again. And we got him. Wombo combo, baby. But now we can actually have some fun. Because finally we can do one of the castles. Now it just so happens that this castle is probably one of the shortest ones. But this is a side castle. It's nothing like Stormvale. Stormvale Castle is super impressive in my opinion. This one should be pretty quick and easy. But I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Now, the main thing not to forget about is the side quest. When we first came here, there was that girl. We talked to her. She wanted us to give a note to her father. So don't forget to do that. We're going to beat the boss first though, because otherwise you're just wasting time. And because of that, we should probably send the elevator back down, and just in case you die. You can die in this first little part here. It's very easy to die. There's a lot of enemies. Let's deal with these dogs first, so just do a running attack, and we can do another one because they're always going to bark. Now we can block and do our R1. If we come back this way, we can go up these steps. There's going to be an item up here, but there's going to be some more dogs. So let's go ahead and take this one out and get ready to block this one. Come on. There we go. Take him out. Now, when it comes to these enemies in the middle, there's so many of them. If they get on you, like, you can get ganked and you will die. So be smart about it. You can take out one, run over here, take out the next one. Run over here. Hey, buddy. What's up? And I missed. Oh, God. They do dodge. So now they're all on me. But try to be smart. This is the reactive gameplay I'm talking about. We just kind of back them up. Take them out one at a time. So I'm just blocking. When I get a chance, I'm going to attack. Now I'm going to do my Ash of War. Okay, got one guy because of the dodge. I love that. I love the dodge of that. It's so nice. Okay, we just got the rest of them. Now, there's an item up there. We will be going up there, because there's an item over here, too. Now, this guy, easy Ash of War. He did. Pick that up. There's another enemy over here, so let's take him out. And there's really only one item, and that's this one. Now, there's a ladder going up. That's going to take us to the exact same spot if we go up this hill. So it's better just to go up the hill. There's also going to be a battle going on between the knights and these monster people. So pick that item up. There's going to be a chest coming up. And in the chest is actually one of my favorite standard weapons in the entire game. To be honest with you, and I say this in every noob's guide, This is like my favorite weapon of all time, I think, in the Dark Souls games, or really just, let's just say, the FromSoft games. Is the Claymore. Love the Claymore so much. But yeah, so there's a battle going on, and what's really dumb, I hate when I see this in the games, that is, the enemies are fighting each other, and you look, and they're doing like 13 damage. I'm like, come on, man. Really? Like, hit me for 2 damage. There was 2 damage over there. Do you see that? What? 12, 1 damage? Who's getting hit for 1? I guess that's a shield, maybe. They're blocking? I don't know. But because there's a battle, we can take advantage of that and take these guys out. Really no problem. 1 more left. And let's pick this up. I guess there's still the crossbow guy. Come here. And there's going to be a weapon over here, so we're going to go get that. It's a torch weapon, and I think it has a unique attack, kinda. But I'm not sure if it's standard or if it's a special weapon or not. But it's purple, so it might be a special weapon. But let's come on over here, and I guess we should chug. Anytime your health gets, like, about there, 75%, go ahead and chug. There's no reason not to. There's actually going to be a grace coming up in a moment. Now, from up here, if we drop down, this is the exact same spot where that ladder is. There's the ladder right there on the right. But watch out for this enemy. There's going to be some flying guys here too. They're annoying because you got to do either the jump attack or you just have to get the right angle to hit them. This guy, we should be able to do a sprinting attack against him. I'm just double checking. Yeah, I'm getting shot. You can actually guard counter that. Like when they shoot the arrows at you. If you guard counter it, that does work pretty well. Now, down there is the grace, but we're going to go this way first because it's going to be an item over here. Let's go get it. Now, there's also an enemy who's going to be hiding behind these like crates and barrels, so just get ready to get him right away. Now we can take this one out as well, and let's get the item. We're actually getting some smithing stone level 2. Now, with this build, I just say go ahead and use your normal smithing stones on your shield. Not this shield, because we will be upgrading to a great shield. So you probably should save your smithing stones until we get the great shield. But if you were, let's say, a faith user, or if you were a sorcerer, you could be using the normal stones on your staff or your seal. That's fine too. Now down there where the battle's going on, that is where the girl's father is going to be. So we're going to come back to that. We're not going to do it now because it's kind of a waste of time. Instead, let's just drop down to the grace. Once you drop down though, there's no going back. Keep that in mind. And let me just double check something. Okay, there's a message over there. But we can hop down here. Now we can jump across to this rooftop, but I don't think there's anything up there. There is a hole in the ceiling to drop down. But the item you want to get is going to be this way. So walk off here, and you can go ahead and pick this up. And there's some more enemies over here, but honestly, they're all like chilling. So it's easy to just run up on them and smack them. There is also like this little area over here, but there's nothing over there but annoying enemies that take like multiple hits to die. There's also like these ghost NPCs. There's an enemy in here. But the ghost NPCs, you can talk to them. For the most part, they just give you hints. So, just do it if you want. Take him out. Here's one of the slimes. Let's just do this. I mean, look how much damage he takes. Oh my god. They have a lot of, like, resistance to physical. Now, this one, he's a big enemy, but he's got his back to us. So, we should be able to get a little bit of that extra damage because of the sneak bonus. It's a weird thing. But it definitely is a thing where if the enemy is like unaware of you and you do an attack, you will do a little bit more damage. Because if you hit that guy from the front with the Ash of War, you're not going to one-shot him. Now up here there is a chest. Let's go ahead and open that. Get the items, the talisman. Now we need to hop down to the rooftops. Now there is going to be a scarab, but the scarab's going to refill your FP potions. HP potions. I don't know why I said FP. Probably because I was about to chug one. But it's going to be an HP potion refill. Not that it really matters though, because there's actually a grace coming up as well. So go ahead and hop down. There will be an item. Let's grab the item first. And you really don't even have to bother killing this thing, but okay, we got it. Refill my potions, thank you. Hop on down, and coming up, this room is another one of these gank rooms, so you don't really want to fight in there. I'll show you what to do. It's pretty easy. But you need to walk on this beam, and then line it up. Let's get the item first. Then line it up. You don't want to just drop, because you will die. Land on this one, and now you can do a jump attack, or at least fall and then press R2 to do an attack. But once you land, just run out the room. Run out the room right here, and they will come out, and they will come out like 1 or 2 at a time. It makes it a lot easier than trying to fight all of them in this little tiny room. You will get ganked. Pick up the whip. Now we can go to the Grace. The Grace is going to be just over here, and we are basically kind of done. There's a couple items to get on the bottom, but that's it. And there's also like a big enemy over here and a flying enemy, which is kind of annoying. But the big enemy is sleeping, so we will get the sneak attack damage and we'll one-shot him. So Ash of War. Oh, we didn't get the damage. Okay, you see the difference? And now this guy, of course, he's going to be shooting me. But like I said, you can actually guard counter that. Sometimes you'll hit it, but sometimes you won't. Pick that up. Very useful item. Nice. And over there to the left is going to be an item. Now, there's a bunch of jellyfish. Just ignore the jellyfish. They're nice. If you sit there trying to, like, murder them, you're just mean. But there will be a giant crab coming up who's going to try to smack us. So don't be Chris Rock and take him out. And there you go. Now we can go get the item that's back here. The rest of the crabs are just tiny little babies. We don't need to worry about them. Of course, it's something that we're not using, which is arrows. You know, this is kind of how it goes. And then coming up, there's going to be one more item. It's going to be to the right after these jellyfish. When you look around down here, like, it definitely looks like, oh, there's definitely an item over there. But there's not. Very strange. Like, that happens a lot. Where you are going to see areas where you think there would be an item and there's no item. And it's like, this seems like a really good spot to put an item. But we are basically at the boss. This boss is actually really easy. Technically, you could argue that this is the very first boss of the game. And the reason why you can argue that is because Stormville is the first main area. This is a side area. And if you're struggling with Stormville and you can't beat it, you might go exploring. You might come down here, and this guy is like 1,000 times easier than the bosses in Stormville. But this guy, later on, these enemies, they're like lions. They are annoying. They are like one of the worst enemies. Super aggressive. Now you're going to get a legendary greatsword. And I don't like that weapon. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I see people using it sometimes. I think it sucks. All it does is that it makes it so that when you use the Ash of War, you get some bonus attributes. There's so many ways of boosting your attributes in this game. It's crazy. But I went ahead and teleported now back to the first Grace because we're going to go and talk to the girl's father now. So we can kind of avoid most of the enemies. We don't really need to fight them now. And we're going to go back to that spot I showed before. So ride the elevator up. Now this quest line is important because it's going to unlock another quest line as well. So we definitely want to do it. But what's really weird is that her father will say that he wants to get revenge. And it's like, okay, I get it, cool. And then later on, you will find a spot, and it's called Revenger's Shack. And that spot, oh my god, stupid dogs. Come here, let me take him out. Otherwise, he's just going to chase me the whole time. That spot, there's like a lot of dead enemies and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, he got his revenge. But then he invades you and tries to kill you. It's like, dude, I didn't do nothing. I did nothing. I guess I'm technically spoiling this quest, but whatever. You're going to see it anyway. But let's go ahead and climb up. And at this point, we should be safe from all the enemies. I also will need to level up in the next episode, though. I'm not going to do it in this one. Take this guy out. Now let's go ahead and just run over here. We're going to have to drop down to that one spot, but we still have all these guys. Technically, we can just run for it, though. Leave me alone! Coming over here, dropping down, and let me run back here. I don't think there's an item back here, but let me just double check. Nope, nothing. So the battle is going on between the knights and these things. So let's go ahead and kick some ass. Get in on this. Hello guys, how y'all doing? Oh my god, that flying attack is so annoying. Ow. Come here. Get smacked. There we go. Take them all out. Ah, of course, I didn't actually get them all, but whatever. Time to chug. Yum yum. Sunny D, baby. And let's come over here. So the dad is going to be up here. Just give him the note. Talk to him again, and he'll say, you know, thank you for clearing the castle. And once he says that, then you're good. He's going to move to the daughter's location, and that's where we're going to go. And that's basically the end of the quest. Like I said, there is another part to it later on, but it's really nothing. It's just he invades you and tries to kill you, and it's like, dude, what? What's going on here? Alright, so let's go ahead and try to fast travel. Of course I can't. For some reason, why can't I pull up my map? I'm not in combat right now. Oh, that's really annoying when that happens. So if that happens to you, what you can do always, if you need to, is just quit out and load it back up, and you should be able to use the map. But you can also just drop down, I guess, and come over here and just take the elevator. That will work too, but I'm still in combat. Oh my god, the dumb dog. The dumb dog. Oh, they're so annoying. Can I use the map now? Nope. Gotta literally rest at the Grace. It's so crazy. But we're gonna fast travel back to the very first Grace of this entire area, and we can go back to where the daughter was. So the Grace is the Bridge of Sacrifice, and she's just gonna be on the road. And if you remember what she was talking about, she was basically saying that people were after her, and she needed her father to come and, like, save her or whatever. Well, this guy was so, like, you know, going crazy about his duty that he didn't even, like, come to save his daughter. And that's the thing. If you give him the note early, he won't, like, even go to save the daughter. He just stays. So she's basically totally dead. Now, what's really strange, I brought this up before, is that there's another NPC. It's a whole another quest line. You have to do this quest line first. And that's the other weird part about this. The girl you end up talking to looks exactly like that girl. You would think it's the same girl, but, I mean, she did, so it ain't. And the names are different, but they look identical. And you have to do that quest first. So I don't know if there's a connection or what, but it's very weird. Alrighty, guys, well, that's going to pretty much do it for this episode. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future episodes of this series. And if you do, make sure to click the bell. That way you can stay notified. Thank you so much for watching. And I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day. And peace out.